Welcome to this edition of UCentral News. I'm Lily Myers.
And I'm Tyler Whitehead. Last night, several storms brought baseball-sized hail and a few tornadoes to parts of Oklahoma. A tornado watch was issued for the OKC Metro last evening, while several severe thunderstorms made their presence known. Crews are surveying the damage today in parts of Anadarko, Coweta, and Norman. The city of Norman received massive hail damage just months after recovering from the last hailstorm. There were no reported deaths or injuries as of today. And speaking of tornado damage, we have a lot to expect in Oklahoma weather this week.
Yes, let's check with Patrick to see what to expect.
That's right, Tyler. And it was a crazy night last night with the weather that we got in the late evening hours into the overnight hours. I think as of this morning, I saw that we had 9 confirmed tornadoes, so that's crazy. We hope everyone's okay here at UCO and across the state of Oklahoma. Current conditions in Edmond, Oklahoma, 76 degrees and sunny. Winds out of the northwest at about 7 miles per hour. Humidity is hovering right around 42%, and the heat index is what it says it is, so it's actually 76 degrees. Weather headlines for today and tomorrow. Clear and nice today and tonight. Thunderstorms likely after 1 p.m. tomorrow. Windy tomorrow as well. Gust estimated to reach around 23 miles per hour. We'll cover more of the rain chances and storm chances in my 7-day forecast later on. For now, back to the desk.
Drug maker Merck asked U.S. regulators today to authorize its pill for treating COVID-19. This comes as the pill has shown good signs in the fight against the pandemic. The groundbreaking antiviral pill can be taken at home and reduce symptoms and speed recovery dramatically. If cleared by the Food and Drug Administration, this would be the first pill shown to treat the illness. A decision from the FDA could come in a matter of weeks.
Right now on campus, UCO says it has 45 active cases and just over 1,100 recoveries. The university has seen over 1,100 cases since August last year.
And as for Oklahoma COVID numbers, the State Department of Health is reporting 602 new cases across the state today. This brings the total number of active cases to over 10,000. Almost 800 Oklahomans are hospitalized with the virus. 234 are in the ICU.
President Biden declared today America's first official Indigenous Peoples Day. The president issued this proclamation and acknowledges the destruction to Native communities during the age of European exploration. UCO celebrated this holiday today with a celebration of Native cultures at the Chickasaw Plaza.
If many of you are traveling for fall break this week, you might want to check on your flights. Southwest Airlines canceled hundreds more flights today following a weekend of major service disruptions. Late this morning, Southwest canceled about 365 flights after more than 600 others were delayed. The widespread disruptions began shortly after the pilots' union asked a federal court to block the company's vaccine mandate.
And many students have been voicing their opinions around campus about fall break.
Yes, that's right. UCentral's Shannon Chua asked some students about their thoughts. Let's hear what they had to say.
I don't personally really mind because I understand that it is people's choices whether or not they do want to get vaccinated. I also understand that not everyone that is vaccinated was able to report it for whatever reason, and people do get busy. I myself did get vaccinated earlier this year, and I was hoping to get those extra days, but I'm not like upset with people for their personal choices personally.
I would say that I do think students, if more students would have gotten vaccinated, that would have made it, easier. And I still think students should go get vaccinated. I definitely wish I had those extra days of fall break, because the longer break would give you time to like rejuvenate and catch your breath, essentially. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. But I'm not like too upset about it.
So, what are your opinions regarding not having those extra days of fall break?
I think, even though like we didn't reach the goal or the goals they set, I think just because we almost had 50% of the whole school say that they're vaccinated, I think we should have at least got maybe one day, just because, it's not mandatory. You don't have to get it. you don't have to get it to go to school or anything, but they wanted you to just so that they could say that this campus is safer. But, you know, it's whatever.
Thank you, Shannon. And UCO's United Way ambassadors begin their events this week. Tomorrow you can attend a virtual session partnered with Urban League to learn about their social justice program. Attendees will have the chance to win a prize for attending this event, as well as 5 raffle tickets to be entered to win at the end of the campaign month.
UCO's Counseling and Wellbeing Center is taking in-person appointments again this semester. I talked to the administrative assistant about other resources available to students. UCO Counseling and Wellbeing Center is a resource available for all UCO students to seek help.
We offer a lot of different services. We have student groups, all the way ranging from students who have experienced sexual assault to substance use to even just like also LGBTQI support. There is a yoga group. So there are a lot of different options for students to utilize.
Students can go to the Counseling and Wellbeing Center's UConnect page to see the 21-22 groups available to students.
So health promotion you hear a lot from them, like people in general, because we do a lot of advertising with our health promotion team for awareness. So awareness on campus, and they put on the majority of our trainings for students and staff on campus. So bystander trainings, suicide prevention training, and then also awareness things like NEDA week, like National Eating Disorder Awareness, spring break, like about like safety when it comes to substance use. So they are amazing in bringing students together.
Students can also sign up for a time slot with the Bronco Barker's Therapy Dogs on Counseling and Wellbeing Center's UConnect page.
Mental health counseling services. It's not just like, people often think, okay, yes, we do have people coming in when they're in crisis, but it could just be, students feeling overwhelmed, whether it's because of schoolwork or life in general. So there is never not a good reason to come in and to speak with a counselor.
Reporting from Edmond, Oklahoma, Lily Myers, UCentral News. For more information on the Counseling and Wellbeing Center, you can visit their UCO webpage or locate them on the 4th floor of the Nye in room 402.
Do you have COVID-19 questions? Healthy Hooves Hut will be at the Clock Tower tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The hut will answer your questions about COVID-19 and vaccines. You can also speak with the case manager about needs like housing, food, health insurance, and more. Be sure to check out this very informative event while you can.
Right now, the Center of Counseling and Wellbeing is hosting an event for Domestic Violence Month. The event is called Keeping an Eye on You, bringing attention to stalker awareness. Attendees can watch clips from the TV show You and discuss how to prevent stalking from escalating and learn about resources. The event will be happening until 5:30 in the Cherokee Room at the Nye University Center.
UCO's Cultural Competence will be virtually hosting a book club tomorrow from 1 to 2 p.m. The club will discuss the book Undocumented Lives, The Untold Stories of Mexican Migration. The first 10 people to register for the event will receive a free copy of the book. You can register online. Don't miss the chance to discuss this important topic.
The UCO Symphony Orchestra will have a concert tomorrow night at 7:30 in the Mitchell Hall Theater. The orchestra will present music from Copland, Mozart, and more. Students are encouraged to take a break from their work and to come enjoy this performance. And more storms are going to be happening this week.
Yes, that's right. Patrick will tell us what to expect next.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt,
Such a weirdo.
excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
That's right, Oklahoma. It is a cool day across the state. Those storms last night brought in some cooler weather behind it. You got 70s across the state, and then you got some 80s here in the southern part of the state. 78 degrees up in the Panhandle. You got 74 up here in the northeastern part of the state. 76 degrees is your current temperature in the Edmond, Oklahoma City metro area. Tonight, we're going to see mostly clear skies in the Edmond area. 58 degrees is going to be your low. You got winds coming out of the southeast at about 7 miles per hour. And then you got humidity is going to hover right around 68%. No chance of rain tonight. We're going to see some of that tomorrow night. But for now, we're going to look at lows across the state. 52 degrees up in the Panhandle, 55 here in Clinton, 58 degrees, as I mentioned just a second ago, in the Oklahoma City metro area, 55 up in Tulsa, 56 down in Idabel. So a cool night across the state. No real chances across the state for rain or anything like that. That all comes tomorrow. Tomorrow, what we're going to look at is 80s and low 80s, and upper 70s across the state of Oklahoma. 79 degrees here in Woodward. You got 77 up there in Ponca City. 80 degrees here in the Tulsa metro area. You got 80 degrees down there in McAllister, and then you got 76 here in the Oklahoma City Edmond metro area. So a cool day across the state tomorrow. Be weather aware. We're expecting afternoon thunderstorms and stuff like that. For Edmond, you got 58 degrees and partly cloudy at about 7 a.m. Cool weather in the morning. Noon, you're going to see about a 30% chance of rain. Temperature should be right around 75 degrees. And around 7 p.m., pretty much everything after 1 o'clock is where we're going to see all of our storms. So 7 p.m., you got a chance of some thunderstorms. 70 degrees will be your temperature. And then headed into the 7-day forecast, you're going to see the chance of rain from tomorrow through Friday. But as I mentioned, 76 degrees was your high today, 58's your low tonight. You're going to see that 60% chance of storms that starts mainly afternoon, 60% chance. 76 is your high, 66 is your low. You're going to see 76 with a 30% chance of rain and thunderstorms on Wednesday. You'll see 57 as your low. And then you got a 30% chance on Thursday and a 30% chance on Friday. Cool from Friday on, 65s as your high on Friday, 67, which is great football weather. Get out, enjoy it. 67 is your high on Saturday, and then 71 degrees is your high on Sunday. We'll recap the 7-day forecast, but for now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Patrick. And what is your guys' favorite scary movie?
I will have information on a horror-themed event and new horror films after this.
things we do or say can make others feel hurt,
Such a weirdo.
excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead, and if you are a horror movie fanatic, listen up. I went out and covered a special event coming to the Metro very soon. With Halloween just around the corner, have you ever wondered, how can I survive a horror movie? Science Museum Oklahoma has an event just for you.
If I were a grown-up nerd that had full range and access to the museum for an entire night, what kind of theme would we want to have? Research has shown that our fans are overwhelmingly horror movie enthusiasts. You won't have to worry about that babysitting mentality or looking out the corner of your eye making sure that your kids are okay. This is your night as a grown-up. We have live music, we have demonstrations going on, we have special programming that we do just for SMO 21s. We're kicking around ideas of like chainsaw self-defense, how to survive a shower attack, possibly running some vintage horror movies throughout the museum. We want to lean 100% into the nostalgia and bring that to a museum.
For more information and to buy tickets, visit the link on your screen. Reporting from Oklahoma City, Tyler Whitehead, UCentral News. The event will take place Friday, October 22nd from 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets cost $21 in advance and $25 on the day of. Stay tuned for an inside look in the coming weeks. And what's your favorite scary movie? The infamous Scream franchise is back for a 5th installment. This new film continues the arc from the previous films, but creates a new arc with new characters. Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette will be reprising their roles of Sydney, Gale, and Dewey. There will be a trailer released tomorrow, and the film is set to premiere on January 14th, 2022. And speaking of horror movies, Halloween's newest sequel is premiering this Friday. The film follows the citizens of the town rallying up against Michael Myers. It will directly follow the events of the 2018 film, with Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role of Laurie Strode alongside Judy Greer and Annie Medici as her daughter and granddaughter. There will also be characters returning from the original 1978 film. This film ignores many of the original sequels of the franchise and creates a new timeline with the original and the 2018 film. Tickets are now on sale and early screenings start Thursday evening. And the brawl between Michael Myers and his hometown isn't the only thing brawling on social media. Today, Xbox tweeted out the hashtag Xbox All-Star Brawl sweepstakes in order to win a SpongeBob or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle console. People have been taken to Twitter to comment on the devices, calling it the SpongeBox and comparing its design to a certain scene in SpongeBob. To enter, follow Xbox on Twitter and retweet the announcement. You must be 18 or older to enter, and it ends on October 24th. And speaking of popular games, Netflix shows Squid Games will turn into a real-life event, but without the violence. The series has gained prominence on the platform, featuring contestants who must fight for their lives playing children's games. It hasn't been stated when this real-life interpretation will take place, but would you participate if you had the chance? Well, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss out on anything UCentral News. Give us a follow on Twitter at UCentral Media and like us on TikTok and Facebook at UCentral. I hope you all have a great day. Lily, what do we have coming up?
Thanks, Tyler. And coming up next, we are going to check with Brady on an update from UCO Sports and have him tell us about this weekend's OU Texas game. Stay tuned.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Brady Gray, and this is your sports update. The UCO football team had a short week to prepare for Northeastern State last week as they played last Thursday night in Tahlequah. The Broncos were looking to defend the President's Cup against the Riverhawks, and they did just that. The Broncos went into NSU and took care of business, easily winning 49-9. The offense has found their identity as a rushing offense. As a team, they amassed 253 yards on the ground, led by Jace Gardner's even 100. With the dominant win, UCO moves to 3-3 on the year and retain the President's Cup for the 7th straight season. The Broncos will look to keep the momentum going this weekend as they visit Fort Hays State. After one round of the Central Regional Preview Golf Tournament, the UCO women's golf team is off to a hot start. Behind a great individual first-round score of 2 under par for sophomore Emma Shelley, UCO is currently in second place as a team. Shelley's first-round score of 70 is also good enough to tie her for first place as an individual. The final round of the tournament will tee off tomorrow morning. The UCO men's golf team started their latest tournament this morning in the Holiday Inn Express Invitational at Missouri Western. The 3-round tournament started at 8 a.m. and we should have scores and news updates tomorrow in sports. 2 weeks ago, OU fans were chanting, "We want Caleb," and this past weekend in the Red River Showdown, they got him. After Oklahoma was down 28-7, Spencer Rattler was benched in favor of backup quarterback Caleb Williams in the second quarter. And after this game, it's safe to say there's a QB controversy in Norman. Williams led OU to the biggest comeback win in the history of the Red River, as the final in Dallas was OU 55, Texas 48. Williams finished the game with 300 total yards and 3 total touchdowns, and OU running back Kennedy Brooks went off for 217 and 2 scores. Head coach Lincoln Riley is going to have to make a decision by Saturday when the Sooners visit TCU. And tonight in the NFL, the Colts are visiting the Ravens on Monday Night Football. The tubular offense of the Baltimore Ravens, led by Lamar Jackson, will look to take on the stout defense of the Indianapolis Colts. The Ravens, with a record of 3-1, will take the lead in the AFC North with a win tonight. That's all I have for sports today. For more news, scores, and updates on everything UCO athletics, be sure to visit our website at broncosports.com. Have a great day, Edmond. Back to Tyler and Lily at the desk.
Thanks, Brady. And when we come back, we'll have one last look at weather and a reminder for Edmond residents.
Stay with us.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt,
Such a weirdo.
excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back. If you are an Edmond resident, remember to vote tomorrow.
The election will be about the proposed sales tax increase. The increase is to allow land near Hafer Park to be bought and kept from development. We will have more about this on our newscast tomorrow.
And let's go ahead and have one last look at weather with Patrick.
That's right, Edmond. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, you got 76 degrees as your high today, 58 degrees as your low tonight. As I mentioned earlier, you're going to see a 60% chance of storms. You're going to see 30% chance in the morning hours, but mainly after 1 p.m. you're going to see that shoot up to the 60% you see right here for some thunderstorms and some rain. Be weather aware tomorrow. Take precautions when driving. Just stay aware of what's going on around you. 76 degrees is going to be your high tomorrow. 66 is your low. And then you see 30% chance on each of those days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Stay weather aware. We're not expecting anything too bad those days, but your temperatures are going to be 76 with your low of 57 on Wednesday, 77 on Thursday, 55 is your low, and then 65 degrees is your high on Friday, 45 is your low. You see those 40s starting to creep in the early, in the early October days. 67 is your high on Saturday with 45, as I just mentioned, as your low. 71 is your projected high right now for Sunday. That's it for weather. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Patrick. And that's all we have for this edition of UCentral News.
Have a good night, Edmonds.